So I was hoping the sun wasn't going to be as bright. It will probably get darker as we progress. So everybody come to sit on 2 blankets at least, and maybe more. And that's great, Liz. I like how you supported your knees. And welcome to Qigong Infused Yoga, a class of Qigong and yoga. And this is a live virtual class. All levels, but I would say this class is probably more beginner to intermediate. And if you are more advanced, you know who you are. So for instance, when we're doing the sun salutations that I do are the Shivananda style into the lunge, into down dog, lunge, and forward bend and standing. If you do the plank into chaturanga, cobra, upward dog, absolutely do that if that's part of your practice. So let's begin. Sitting well, I'm in easy pose. My legs are crossed, my feet are right in the middle of my lower legs. My sit bones sink down into the cushion. I really feel that connection of my sit bones and in the blanket. You can rock your pelvis backwards and forwards and to the side. Find that middle point. Draw the abdomen in. Extend the arms. Just let your fingers touch the sides, the floor next to you. Feel that connection lengthen the sides of your body. Soften your diaphragm. Lift your chest. Bring your hands and let them rest back on your thighs, your shoulders. You can bring them up towards your ears for a moment and then lower them. Draw the chin in. Lengthen the back of the neck. And now that we have lined up our body, lifted the torso, imagine there's this beautiful cord from your sit bones, in between your sit bones, going all the way up out the top of your head, connecting you from the earth into the sky above. Let's begin consciously breathing more deeply through your nostrils, breathing in both nostrils. Feel your chest expand. And exhale slowly out your nostrils. And again, inhale. And exhale. Continue breathing this way. Bring your hands into prayer, heart center. Breathe in deeply and exhale. Let your thumbs rest right on your sternum. Let your elbows drop. We will begin with the opening chant. You can join me or not, yogi's choice. On the next inhale, we'll begin with the sound of Om. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Punatu, Sahaviryam Keravavai, Tejasvinavaditomastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Shanti. Shanti. Take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly. And now let's go to our mind. Focus and intention for this session. We're neither in the past or the future. We're here in this present moment together. Think about what you'd like to bring in more of. More calm, more peace, more energy. And what you'd like to let go of in this moment. Maybe some discomfort, maybe some emotion, something to let go. And as you breathe in, bringing in what you need and exhaling what you need to let go. Today, we're going to continue with the chest opening, the back opening for the downward dog, but we're also going to do some hip opening today. So if you want to stretch out your legs for a moment and shake them out, and then cross them the opposite way. Then when we begin, reestablishing your sit bones on your blanket, bring your hands into prayer. We'll begin with the 4-part Qigong flow. Breathing in through your nose, inhale, your hands out in front, extend into prayer. Exhale, separate your hands, soft cloud-like arms. Inhale, gathering all the chi from above, and then exhaling back to the heart center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Separate your hands so your palms are facing the floor, and you're going to inhale. One hand goes up, one hand down, flexing the hands. One hand is going towards the sky. You can look up at your hand and down at your other hand, and then come back to the center. And inhale and exhale. The other side, touching heaven and earth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really stretch, straighten those elbows. You can look up and down at your hands, getting a nice stretch in the neck. Inhale and exhale. One more time, each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to the center and extend. Let's see, your right hand onto the floor and walk out. Take your opposite arm and inhale, rotate the arm and bring it up and over the head, but keep the shoulder away from your ear. And you can begin bending your elbow. Keep that left hip on your blanket, getting a nice side stretch. Inhale. Even see if you can look up underneath your arm. Go a little bit deeper and then inhale and come up. And then we'll go to the other side. Walk your left hand out. Inhale, rotating your arm up. Keep the arm actually maybe straight up. Pull the arm, inject it into the shoulder, and then bring it over. Keep that right hip sinking into the blanket. Look up underneath your arm. Little twist even in your torso, bending your left arm that's on the floor. Keep the arm up above, straighten your elbow. There you go, Liz. Janine, straighten your elbow. Inhale and exhale, coming up. We're gonna inhale our hands up overhead. Make it in a nice wide. Bring the shoulders down. So if you lift your shoulders up and then drop them down, just to feel what that feels like. And then exhale, we're going to twist the right arm outside of the left knee, the left hand behind you. We're going to do just a little gentle twist. So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist in the belly. And again, inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, the belly and the ribs. Keep that right hip from coming forward as much as you can, and release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And release, and one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Drawing the elbows apart, the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then the neck. And see what's behind you, and then release. Come to the front. Extend your arms out. Inhale, bring your hands up again. Now this time, parallel them. Straighten the elbows, pull the abdomen in. Lengthen the sides, and then exhale the left hand outside the right knee. And the right hand behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist in the belly. And release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale the belly and the ribs. And release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pull the elbows apart. And release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then the neck. And see what's behind. And then release. And just take our fingers right in front of us, lengthen the spine, pull in the abdomen, the chest comes forward, and just walk forward a little bit. Keep that spine, keep the chest coming through the arms. Lengthen the back of the neck. And then walk over one of your knees. Just keep yourself, you don't need to come down. We're just twisting, and then start to walk down a little bit further, keeping your sit bones on the blanket. Inhale and exhale. Walk back up, walk back to the center, walk over to the other knee. Maybe this side feels a little tighter. Keep your spine long and walk forward over this knee. Breathing in and breathing out. Walk yourself up, come back to the center. Walk yourself back up. And we're going to remove the blankets and we're going to go into Dandasana. I'm going to turn to the side. So Dandasana, the feet are extended, the legs are extended, the feet are together. Your inner thighs are zipped up. So if we don't want the heels lifting off of the mat, so you want your heels on the mat. So you might, if your heels are lifting, there's just a micro bend in the knees. Take your hands behind you and actually interlock your fingers. You know how we interlock our fingers? And let your knuckles rest on the floor. And as you do that, let your chest lift, your shoulder blades come together. Keep the abdomen coming in. Keep that chest lifted and then release your hands. Keep that lift and bring your hands to either side of your hips. Your hands are firm on the floor and maybe you might even feel a slight lift in your sit bones, the pressure, because your hands are pushing and lifting. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the back of the neck, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Push through your big toes, draw your little toes back towards your hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Now let's take our hands and start to walk forward towards our knees. Keep the spine long. Walk the hands only as far as is comfortable. Sit, breathe, lengthen. And then try to go a little bit further. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. And see if you can go a little bit further. And then just let it go and just drop down. Let your back curve. Rock from side to side. Just let it go. And then roll back up to vertical. I'm going to face you now, still in Dandasana, and I'm going to take one leg over my other knee. We've done this before. And this will be good for you, Lena, after doing that nice long walk. So I have one leg crossed over, my foot is flexed, and I'm just going to squeeze that calf. Massaging the calf. Up and down. And then my hands wrap around my ankle. And now I rotate my foot, opening my ankle, point and flex. And then twist the arch of the foot, so my hands on either side of the arch. Twisting, and then pressing and spacing each of my toes. I can actually move the toes up and down. And then I take my thumbs into the arch of my foot, and I'm just pressing into the arch. All the muscles in this lower leg, they all attach to this part of our foot. So pressing in that area, and in reflexology, this is where all of our internal organs are located. The kidney 1 is right in the middle of the foot. So this is a good point also to press and massage. Now I'm going to take my hands underneath my leg, and I'm just going to start rocking my knee from side to side, beginning to open up that hip. Maybe I can bring the leg up a little bit higher. And if I can do that, keeping my spine straight, I can wrap my arms around the knee and around the foot and rocking the baby. Now, if this is too much, just keep your hands underneath the leg, nice and low. Now let's take the foot and rest it right on the inside of the opposite thigh. Take your left hand and let it rest just on a diagonal right behind you, and just take your hand and gently press on that inner thigh, that bent leg, just giving it some encouragement to let go. And then come back up to sit. And just like we did when we walked down with Dandasana, we're actually going to rotate our torso a little bit because we want to be over the straight leg, and we're going to start to walk over that extended leg. Keep the spine straight. Walk a little bit more, taking a deep breath in. Only go as far as comfortable. You can hold your leg if you want. If you can reach your foot, you can hold your foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale. You can let it all go and come down. And then come up and lengthen again. Lengthen. And then walk yourself back up to vertical. Take the foot again underneath the leg. And this time we're going to bring that foot in towards your groin on the other leg. And we're just going to play with this a little bit. This is the way we would do lotus. It's a wonderful hip opening. So we're just going to explore that and only go as far as is comfortable. So bring the foot in close to the groin, and you can actually rock a little bit from side to side, just opening up the hip, and then gently pressing on the thigh, and begin close to the attachment. Inhale and see if you can drop the knee down a little bit, your bent knee. It's okay if you can't. Rock the leg a little bit again, and then let it go. Shake it out. And now let's take the other leg. Squeeze that calf. And squeeze the ankle and rotate the foot, opening up the ankle, pointing and flexing. Hands on either side of the arch, twisting the foot. Pressing and separating each toe. And then pressing your thumbs into the arch of the foot. Remember in reflexology, all the internal organs, and then kidney 1 is right in the middle, just below the ball of the foot. Pressing that, we're stimulating the kidney 1. Now, take your hands underneath your leg, and let's rock the leg from side to side. Opening up that hip. See if you can bring it up a little bit higher, keeping the spine straight. If you can wrap your arms around your leg, you can try that. So this hip on me is definitely much tighter. Now I'm going to bring the foot to the inside of my right leg. John's Shirsasana. My right hand is going to rest behind me, and I'm just giving my bent leg a little gentle press, encouraging it to lower down. And I'm going to rotate my torso so I'm more over the straight leg, and I'm going to start to walk down, extending my torso, keeping it nice and long. Walk down a little bit, and then breathe. Keep your extended foot, the toe pointed up. Breathing in, going a little bit deeper. Maybe you can grab your foot or grab your leg. Keep the spine long. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just release. Let it go. Come down over your leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift up, extend the spine. And then walk yourself back up to vertical. And then lift your foot up again, and we're going to explore bringing that foot into the groin on the right leg. So this one is much more challenging for me. So I'm not going to go as deep. I'm just bringing it close, and I'm just going to let it release. And I can rock a little bit from side to side. That helps. the hips hold so much. Make sure your foot is nice and flexed. It's not sickling in. You can come down over it a little bit. And then rock it again. Let it go. Shake out your legs. Okay. We're going to come into tabletop or inverted tabletop. So hands behind the feet, hip distance. And here, with your hands pointing towards your feet, the direction of your feet, push into your hands and see if you can draw the shoulder blades together here as the chest lifts and the belly comes in. You can feel that. The chin, the back of the neck is long. Now push into your hands, into your feet, and lift your bum. Keep your head looking down towards your knees into an inverted tabletop. And then if your neck is comfortable, you can let your head come back. Now relax your bums. Keep your knees coming towards one another. Push into your hands, push into your feet. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Lower down. And now bring your hands behind your knees. And you're going to balance on your sit bones, and your spine is going to stay long. And start off just on your tippy toes of your feet and see, just lift them up just a little bit and see if you can get that balance. So your back is going to be at a diagonal. Lengthen, lift the chest. Now lift your knees so your lower legs are parallel to the floor. The chest is lifted. Now see if you can release your hands, extend your arms. And then lower down, let that go. We'll do this again. Lengthen, take a couple of deep breaths. And again, let's come back, lifting our feet. Holding behind your knees. See if you can straighten one leg. And then lower. Then the other leg. Then lower. Extend the arms. Keep the chest lifted. And release. Inhale and exhale. Let's now come back again. Extend your legs. See if you can straighten both legs. Hold it behind your knees. Extend your arms. Lengthen your spine. Let your hands go. See if you can hold it even for a second. Inhale, lift, 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 and let it go. So let's come to stand. We're going to, our feet can be hip distance. The feet can be pointed out a little bit or parallel. And we're going to sink down into our feet. Sink down. Feel that connection over your feet into the ground. Slight bend in your knees. Lengthen the sides, the torso, the shoulders down. So inhale, turn to the left or the right, and exhale. Inhale to the other side, and exhale. Let the arms swing, and exhale. And start to build up the momentum, letting the arms swing. Hitting the other side of the body. Hitting the sides of the belly. And your low back. And then the hand is on the chest. And the back. And then turn and look behind you. Your heels lift, swinging calm. And then start to travel back down, slowing it down. And then let's take our hands and rest our hands or thumbs on our belly buttons. And our hands overlapping one another on our dantian. There's 3 dantians. We have the lower one, which is this, the Sea of Qi. We have one in the middle, our heart center, and another one, the upper dantian. So breathing in and gently pressing the dantian. Breathing all the way down to this space. Relax your bones. Bend your knees. Now let's tap this point. 3 fingers below the belly button. Lightly tapping. Stimulating this area. Maybe you can feel the tapping all the way into your lower back. The whole belly, all the organs of the belly, sides. And now let's come up right into the sternum, the sea of tranquility. This is the middle dantian, lightly tapping it. And then the whole chest. Just tapping. And then just take your hand and brush the chi down to the lower dantian. So there's this circuit. There's this circuit that goes around the middle of our body. It starts just underneath in our genital region. So it begins there, goes up the back, all the way up between the shoulders, the back of the head to the top of the head. And then it travels down in between the eyes, down the neck, down the front, down through the dantian, and down back into the genital region. And it's called the orbit. So the 3 dantians. So we want to get this orbit flowing. So close your eyes, sink down to your feet. And the feeling of, like, you know, when you have to pee, you hold it in. So there's a little bit of that lift. So you're going to take an inhale and just a little lift. It's the beginning of this orbit. And so inhale and just feel that traveling up your back to your lower back, your mid back, between your shoulder blades, up your neck, the back of your neck to the top of your head. It's called the Wu Wei. And then you exhale down the front, between the eyes, down the mouth, through the neck, down the chest, the sternum, back down into the lower dantian, and then back to the beginning. And then inhale, gentle lift, traveling back up the back, the low back, the mid back, the upper back, the neck, up to the top of the head. And then exhale between the eyes, through the mouth, the neck, down through the sternum, down to the dantian, back to the beginning point. Inhale, lift up the back, the low back, the mid back, between the shoulders to the top of the head. And then exhale down between the eyes, through the mouth, the neck, down through the sternum, down to the dantian, and then just relax. Breathe normally. Okay, let's open your eyes. Okay, now we're going to come to the front of our mat. I'm going to go to the side and we're going to begin into Tadasana. And if you have a couple of blocks, you can have the blocks handy. And also have a blanket handy for your knees, just in case you have sensitive knees. Okay. So we're going to focus on the high lunge and also doing some hip opening. So we're in Tadasana, our feet are hip distance, our feet are parallel. Sinking down into our feet, pressing in our big toe mounds, our little toe mounds, and our heels. A slight, very slight bend in the knees, the tailbone going towards the floor, the belly coming in, lengthening the sides, lifting the chest, drawing the chin in. The fingers all aiming towards the floor. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead, look up in between your hands. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands, and then exhale, bring the hands down. And again, inhale, hands up, and exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. This time, as you exhale, bend your knees. As you bring your hands down to either side of your feet. Or you can bring your hands to the blocks and extend your right leg back into high lunge. Actually, it's kind of nice to do with the blocks to get that extra lift. So here, high lunge, your front knee is right over your ankle. Your back leg, the knee, see my knee is a little bent. We don't want that. I'm really lifting up in that back thigh. And the other thing that happens is that my left hip likes to come forward. So I want that left hip to go back to even out my hips. My spine is long and my hands, I could even cup my fingers to get an extra lift in my spine. This is a high lunge. Okay, so my back leg is really working, pushing out from my back heel. My chest is coming forward. Now we're going to lower our knee, and you might want to put a blanket under your knee if you have sensitive knees. So I'm lowering my knee and tucking my foot. I'm going to lift my knee and reset my knee down so it's in a comfortable place on my kneecap. So we don't want it to be uncomfortable. So definitely make sure you are comfortable and not hurting yourself. Now I'm going to shift my left knee over my foot. And as I do that, it's going to open up my right groin. If you use the blocks, this can help you because now I want my chest to go forward. I can rock a little bit from side to side, just exploring that. Can lift up and then come back, just easing it. I'm just leaning towards my right hip, just opening up all those different areas. And then I'm going to push myself back up so my knee is right over the ankle. I'm going to remove my blocks. I'm going to take my left foot and I'm just going to take my heel, move it over maybe like 3 inches. So my foot is just moving out to the left and my hand is going from the outside to the inside of this foot. This is called lizard. Now, more advanced people can tuck their back toe and lift their knee, or just leave your knee down. And you can just stay here. Keep that knee pushing into that upper arm. If you want to go deeper, you take the right arm down and then the left arm down. And then show you from the front. So here I am. So I can stay on my knee or I can lift my back leg, but I think just stay on your knee. Lower my right arm and then my left arm. Drawing my chest down, keeping my knee moving towards my shoulder. You can really feel that in that hip. Now, if that is too challenging, just stay on your hands. And try it. Maybe just put your right arm down and see how that is. And then after a bit, maybe you can lower your left arm a little bit. Just explore that. And when you've had enough of that, come back onto your straight arms, and then take that left foot and roll out on the outside of that foot. Woo! Now you're going to feel it in that left inner thigh. Yeah. And then just rocking back and forth. Now come back, bring the foot back up. And now start to walk back and come to sit on the back leg, extending. It's a little bit of a runner's stretch. Extending that left leg, letting it go, and then coming back up. Bring the feet together and the knees apart. Now, Liz, you can put some pillows underneath you, and then we're going to come forward into extending our arms into, this is Virasana, child's pose, walking our hands forward, dropping our chest in between our shoulders. Keep the shoulders broad and away from your ears, coming down to the floor. Keep your bums on your feet as much as you can, letting it all go. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now start to walk, push yourself back up. So you're vertical, bring the knees together, come back onto your hands and knees, and now bring your right leg forward. Okay. So your right knee is now over your ankle and your left leg is back. Tuck that toes of your left leg, come to the side, into the high lunge, using the blocks. So now my right hip likes to come forward. So I'm going to pull that right hip back, away from the foot, evening out my hips. I don't want my knee to be bending, really straightening. My spine is lifted, a high lunge, really pushing into that front foot. Breathing in and breathing out. Then lower that back knee. Remove the blocks. And you can put the blanket under your knee if you need. And now the right knee is going to travel over that foot. Your knee right over the foot. And it's nice. The blocks are helpful. The chest is coming through, really feeling the stretch in that left front groin. And you can rock a little bit, opening that area up. And then remove the blocks, coming back up to the knee over the ankle, and then take that left foot. I'm going to turn again so you can see. So my foot was here. So now I'm just taking the foot over to the right, like 3 inches or 2 inches. And then I bring my hand on the inside. Yeah, and hang here for a moment. Try to tuck your back foot and lift that back leg if that seems possible or available to you. Rock a little bit. Keep that front knee pushing towards your shoulder. Lower that back knee. And then see if you can take your left elbow down. And your right elbow, and keep that knee drawing in towards your shoulder. Keep the chest coming towards the floor. Don't forget to breathe. And then come back up to your hands. And then take your the foot that's bent and roll out into the outer part of that foot. And move around, just explore. And then coming back into that lunge. And bring that foot back to meet the other foot. We're on our, I'm going to turn to the side again. So we're in tabletop. The knees are underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, and just do a few cat-cow here. Inhale, look up, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. The belly comes towards the floor, and then exhale. The back arches up like a cat. Inhale. And exhale. And come to neutral and start to walk your hands out in front, even wider than shoulders. Try to keep your hips over your knees, walking the hands forward. Keep the shoulders broad. The chest comes in between the shoulders for puppy, opening up that chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders just to get yourself established, and then walk each hand 5 inches forward. Make sure your fingers are evenly spaced. Your index finger is pointed forward. You're really pushing in that first finger mound, all your fingers, that there's really pressure there. The upper arms are rotating out and your lower arms are rotating more in. So there's 2 actions. Tuck your back toes, push into your hands, really push, push. Keep your knees bent. The spine is long. Lift. Begin to straighten one leg Then the other. You can come up high in your toes. Broaden your shoulders. You see how everybody's doing. So keep your head in between your arms as much as you can. Let your head drop a little bit, Liz. And Lena, lift your head a little bit away from the floor. Yeah. And Janine, really push in your hands more to let your chest come in between your shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Breathing in and breathing out. Now start to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Towards, yes, perfect. Standing forward bend. So this is actually a tabletop too, but your legs are straight. Your hands are out in front. You can use your blocks. Put the blocks there, Janine. Yeah, right underneath your shoulders. Yeah. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Okay. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need. Yeah, bend your knees just a little bit. Yeah, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Drop down, see if you can bring your hands to the sides of your feet. Bend your knees even more, so you can get your hands down to the floor. Bend so your hands can get to the floor. Bend your knee, there you go. There you go. And now explore, seeing if you can straighten up a little bit. So your knees are bent. And just try to straighten one leg and then the other leg. And then just let all that go, let your arms go, bend your knees deeply, and just roll up all the way up. And just let that go. Let's just shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the tree, shake it out. Shake. Really shake. Let the arms go. See if you can move every joint. It's so windy out today here in New Jersey. So imagine the wind is blowing through you. Let it go. Shake, shake, shake. Let all of that effort go. Whew. All right. Very good. So we're going to do 3 sun salutations. So that means right, left, right, left, right, left. So it's actually right foot back, then left foot back. That's 1. And then we do that 3 times. So we've done this a couple times. We come to the front of our mat. And Lena, if you want to do the plank into cobra, please do. So we're at the front of the mat, in Tadasana, hands in prayer. Inhale, hands up. Look up at your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Hands on either side of the feet. Exhale, right foot back, high lunge. The left foot back, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale the right foot forward into high lunge. Exhale, back foot forward, standing forward bend. Your knees can be bent. Inhale, hands up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands down. Tadasana. Hands in prayer. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale. Hands down, forward bend. Inhale, left foot back, high lunge. Right foot back, downward dog. Push into your hands, lift your hips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left foot forward, high lunge. Make sure your hips are even. Exhale, back foot forward. Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, hands up overhead, looking between your hands. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, high lunge. The left foot back, downward dog. For 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right foot forward, high lunge. Back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, upward facing, arms looking between. Exhale, Tadasana. Hands in prayer. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, high lunge. Right foot back, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, the left foot forward, high lunge. Back foot on the exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands down by the side. Hands in prayer. Everybody good? Yeah. Inhale, hands up. Exhale. Hands either side of the feet for Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, high lunge. Front foot back, downward dog. For 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, right foot forward, high lunge. Back foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands up overhead for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale and exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left foot back, high lunge. Right foot back, downward dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, right foot forward, high lunge. Exhale, back foot forward for Uttanasana. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down for Tadasana. Hands in prayer. Inhale And exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, left foot back into high lunge. Right foot back into down dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, left foot forward into high lunge. Exhale, back foot forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, hands up overhead for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms down to your side for Tadasana. Let's widen our feet. And we're just going to gather some chi from the earth. So gathering the chi from the earth and bringing it up. And the inhale, exhale, and then inhale, gathering from above, bathing the body. And again, gathering from the earth, bringing it up. And exhale, inhale, bathing the body with all that wonderful healing chi. Gathering from the earth. Exhale, inhale, bathing the body. And one more time, gathering. Exhale and inhale. Bring it all the way down. So bringing the hands into prayer, we'll come down, bending the knees, coming all the way down to the floor. You can come for a moment into Baddha Konasana. Pushing the feet, drawing the knees down to the floor. It helps if you put your hands behind you to draw your hips forward. And then hold your feet and open your feet up like a book. And just, yeah, you can butterfly the knees. Lengthen the spine. You can actually make circles, just opening up that whole area. Then go the other way. And then bring the knees up. And we'll come down to the back and we'll do a couple of bridges. The feet hip distance. We're going to go over just a few minutes. The arms, the elbows are bent. Now, if you extend your hands, you can just touch the backs of your heels so you know where your feet should be located. Then rebend your elbows. Press the upper arm down into the floor. And as you do that, feel your chest lift. Push into your feet. Keep that upper arms pushing. Lift your bum. Lift. Draw your chest towards your chin. Really push into your feet. Draw your knees together. Lift, lift, lift. Relax your bum. And then exhale, lower down. Take a few breaths. Let that go. Push the upper arms down. Push it to your feet. Lift. Lift your bum. Extend your arms. You can clasp your hands underneath. Roll your shoulders underneath more. Push into your feet. Draw your knees together. Relax your bum. Draw your chest towards your chin. And then let that go and lower down. Take a few regular breaths. And then let's do one more. Press those shoulders down. This time, see if you can go even higher. Press the upper arm, lift up, interlock your hands, push into your feet, draw your knees towards one another. Really lift your chest towards your chin. Relax your bum. Lift, lift, lift. And let that go, coming down. Grab your block. And you can do this at a wall if you'd like. Absolutely. It's wonderful, very restorative. You're going to push into your feet and take the block the long ways and put it just underneath your sacrum. You're going to lift one leg up and then the other leg. You're going to look up at your beautiful toes, your arms just rolling out to the side. Letting all that wonderful blood return towards your torso. Very restorative, Vipariti, Harini. This is a type of shoulder stand. You can point and flex each foot, rotating the ankles one more time. You can bring the feet together. Draw the knees together and then lower the feet. Remove the block. Let your feet and hands go up and just shake it, let it go. Let your shoulders beat the floor. Let your head go from side to side. And then start to roll from one side to the other like seaweed, opening up. And closing. And stay open like an open book. And then close your legs on one side. Keep the legs closed and then just open the arms. Get a nice twist. Then close the arms and open the legs and come to the other side. Keep the legs together and open the arms and get a twist on the other side. And then come back up. Draw the knees into the chest. Roll around on your lower back. And then roll to the side. Take a deep breath in and then push yourself up to sit. Bring your hands into prayer. Close your eyes. Establish your sit bones in the blanket. Notice how your body feels now. How different it might feel from when we began. Take a deep breath in. and exhale. We will do the closing chant. You can join me or not. On the next inhale, we'll begin with the sound of Om. Om. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Gritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Drop your head down towards your hands. Revisit your intention. And also think of others that you may know or don't know, and send them some of the wonderful healing that we have just been experiencing in this session. Namaste.